All right, I want to welcome everybody today who is watching this video with me. I have the pleasure to introduce a very amazing gentleman that I've been introduced to recently. He has made over $43 million, but more importantly, he has helped over 45 people become millionaires themselves. He is one of the most caring, genuine, and giving people that I have met to date in my life. I want to introduce everybody today to Mr. Robert Hollis.
Well, thank you so much, Carrie. You and I have got a chance to know each other and meet before, and so I'm really looking forward to this interview. And if you don't mind, please call me Robert. I really had a fun time getting to know you, and I'm looking forward to this interview. So thank you.
Thank you. For those of you that don't know you, Robert, could you just give us a little short synopsis of who you are and kind of what led you to where you are today?
Yeah, what really simply happened to me is I was a mechanic, grew up in a small town called Williston, North Dakota. And the reason I was a mechanic, because everybody around me was a blue collar worker. You know, it was very simple, not no one that I knew. Of course, I didn't hang around those circles, but no one I knew even went to college. You know, so you just went out. You became, you know, the carpenters, or electricians, they're construction workers. And so you go out, you get married, you have children, and you do your best. And so what happened to me is a blessing in disguise. I look at now is that I got hurt on the job, and then I got put on workman's comp. So now I'm only making $900 a month, and my bills were like $3,500. You know, so it didn't take long for me to get in a position where I started losing everything I had. And on a personal note, what I did is I just tell people, man, when you're hurting, you just got to ask for help. And I remember just basically just pleading to God that, you know, that there had to be something else that I needed to be doing. And a friend that was actually dating my cousin introduced me to a guy named Bill Gould that was my mentor. And at this time, he was only a few years older than I, Carrie, but he showed me his check, and it was $62,000 that he made that month. And it was still attached to the stub. And I was skeptical, but I said, well, listen, so what are you doing? And he says, well, I'm expanding a company that's based out of Memphis, Tennessee. And I'll train you what to do. And it was just perfect timing for me. And so he showed me exactly how to market, which is way different than sales, because I'm very introverted. So thinking about going out and talking to strangers, I don't know, was not an option for me. And I just did exactly what he told me to do. And now I look at, you know, the introduction that you gave me, and I'm just like blown away. I made $258,000 my very first year. And, you know, the rest is history. Now I'm speaking on stages all over the world, and was able to author a book that went to #1 in a couple of places on Amazon. And now my goal with Unlimited Profits is simply taking all the mentorship that I have, dedicating my life to making sure that other people get that information so that they can change their lives like I did. So that was sort of a promise I made to God, is that if he got me out of my situation, I was going to spend the rest of my life making sure other people got out of theirs.
Thank you. And that's one thing that I'm also passionate about as well, is growing up, even from a teenager, I've always felt like I've had that help me sign flashing on my forehead. So I always really connect with people. And I think that's really what enriches our lives, is the more people that we can surround ourselves with, and create a great community. And that's something that I've received from Unlimited Profits. So I do want to thank you for creating such a wonderful family, as we like to call it.
It is a family. I think people are blown away because they're skeptical, and they get involved in Unlimited Profits because it's free. There's hundreds of hours in there for free, and they can go in there, and as they do, and they get added to our groups, and all of a sudden they virtually have sometimes hundreds of people that are welcoming them to the family, you know, within their first like couple of days. And they're like, whoa, you know, there's people that tell you, hey, if you get in, we'll help you. And then there's other people that actually do what they say they're going to do. So I know that's why you and I got attracted to each other, because we love helping people.
Yes. You mentioned your book. when you were talking about, how you got to be where you are today. I read it recently, and you mentioned that you created a mind map or a vision board when you were kind of making Unlimited Profits your brainchild.
Yes.
How do you feel that helped you in creating Unlimited Profits?
Well, one of the things, and I sometimes say I apologize for being bold on my spiritual beliefs, but I'm not going to. So, but I really understand that a lot of people, I'm very based on vision, and so an acronym was given to me really early in my life after I started becoming successful. Which vision, as people, perish because of a lack of vision and knowledge. And then also the acronym of vision is vision inspires success in others now. And so if you can get people to put down their vision, their purpose, their passion on tablets, then it makes it real. And so a vision board, and now for people that love technology, I've had people go to like Google Images, and you can actually put Google Images and take images and put it on a PowerPoint, put it to music if you need to, and something that you get to watch constantly to actually put yourself in a mindset that, that God created you to have the things that other people created. My deal is all the time when people struggle with being successful in life, I say, well, listen, so let me get this right. So God created people like you and I to go out there and build things and create things. If we don't buy those things, they can't feed their children. And I know that sounds silly, but it's not, so, and so the whole obstacle is money just gives you more choices. And it also gives you a position to be able to give more. And so my whole thing in life is always that if I take the time to write down what I would like Unlimited Profits to be, a million people worldwide that, that are being inspired, trained, and mentored for free, and put that whole social entrepreneur thing in it, then by pressing that story and vision and others sharing it allows me to attract people like you. And people go, wow, I like this thought. I want to be a part of that thought. And that's where these great big and nonprofit organizations and stuff come from. So great question. Great question.
Yeah. And I have to share with you, after going through the mentorship program, I had a vision board at the beginning of the year, and I went through your mentorship program, and there was this pop, as you call it. And I said, I have to recreate my vision board because my vision board isn't who I am. There were pieces missing on my vision board, and I woke up and I started cutting stuff out and placing it on the floor to put on the board. And I started looking at things, and there's an assignment in the first day of mentorship that you give me, and all the little pieces that I had cut out without even realizing it were exactly what I wrote you in that first assignment.
Wow.
So, people say, why do I need to be mentored? I talked about the community. Why do I need to be mentored? With Unlimited Profits, your mentorship program, it's really the core of the program. So, outside of myself, who is a mom and a Pilates instructor and someone who also has some products that I sell from a direct sales or a multi-level marketing company that I offer out of my studio, who are the people that are learning from you right now in your mentorship program?
Wow, everyone. It's like it was amazing. Some of the testimonials that I've even gotten this week was a husband and wife were writing the testimonial together, and they were right in the middle of filing a divorce.
Wow.
And they went through the mentorship program. They learned about personality traits, and they got the pops, as you said. It's called, places of passion. They got pops of why they weren't communicating. And one of the things that the guy said that just blew me away is he goes, just something simple. And I'll give you the little quick story. Is he said that they were going to some kind of event. I don't remember what he said it was. And he said that my wife is always late. She's always late. She's always late. And he said, so she gets ready and she coming down the stairs. And I'm normally the guy that is saying, looking at my watch, going, here we are, late again. And he said, I went through your mentorship program and I realized that the reason that my wife was even getting ready is because she wanted me to be proud of her. That the only person that she's really going to the event with is me. And she wanted me to be proud to have her as his wife. And he goes, to think how many moments like that I ruined in my life because I was so anal about being on time. And she's not that personality. So every time she was getting ready for me, I ruined it. And he said, so when I understood that and I got the pop, the next event we went to, you know, here she comes walking down the stairs and I'm standing there in awe. He says, I let her know how precious she was and how lucky I was and how beautiful she was. And she lit up like a light bulb. And that was one of the best nights we've ever had as a couple because I learned to respect her. And I went, so if they don't make any money, I think they're okay. You know, and so, but, you know, people like that. And Tom did one on the pro show just the other day pro group where, you know, for whatever reason, I helped him, you know, all of a sudden get committed in his workout routine. And you know, and I'm like, God, I just love that. So the people that are doing this, if anyone that wants any of their areas of their lives to be better. So if they're dissatisfied on a spiritual level, a personal level, a community love connection part, finances. So everybody always thinks this is about finances. But one of the biggest things that I get to do is once I help people make finances, then they do realize that that phrase, money doesn't buy happiness, is actually true. You know, because you got to work your other areas in their life. And normally what I get to teach those people is working more on their spirituality and also connection and community by giving a lot away. And so that's what lights people up. So great question again.
Yeah. And you did mention, you know, money doesn't buy happiness, but as part of your mentorship program, we are affiliated marketers and we do get to share your program with other people. We can make a commission, we can make residual income, which folks can learn about what residual income is if they're not familiar with it when they get into the Unlimited Profits program. How long does it take before someone starts to see success in the program in terms of that financial portion?
Believe it or not, the fastest story that I have is I seen, you know, as far as profit, I say there's 3 steps. One is you get a result. You know, so people can very simply introduce one person to us. You know, $99 is the mentorship program. It's 100% money back guarantee. I tell people, like you've already talked about, if you go through just the first couple of videos, people usually get it right away and say, this is valuable. And I'm not saying it just because I did it. The value is in the wisdom and knowledge that I got from other billionaires. I mean, I wish I could take credit for it all, but I'm not going to. It's like those were great lessons that I learned. And so when people then get to a place where they get 2 and all of a sudden, you know, they're making $100, they're covering their membership. And then the next one is 3, which is profit. So the fastest story we got is an individual. His name is Daniel Romez out of New York. And he just happened to get in our company like in the last 3 or 4 days of the month. And he not only became a diamond, but he broke 2 diamonds underneath him. And really, honestly, within 3 days, I think he made over $600. And so it was, you know, so that's the quickest success story I know. And now that I got this public as an interview, I'm sure there's some people that are going to tell me that they beat that. So, but that was one that just popped in my mind. And it's not like you got to know a lot of people. You already know stories like, you know, Hindra's stories from South Africa and Lisa Norman's story. You know, these are people that introduce people to me. And that's what I think people don't get is that the top 5 to 10% of the people on the planet, they want to continue to learn more. It's not just about money. You know, it's about doing more and having more and being able to provide more. So these people are always seeking for people that know how to get more results, I guess. So it's not as difficult as people think it is. If you can find people that are the top of their game, they want to be better.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll take the time to do it. So, so I know that you probably have taught a lot of people that said, I'm ready to do Pilates, and some of them that were serious and some of them that you never seen again.
Well, it's funny because we mentioned the pop, and when I instruct classes, I do it because I want to see people do well, and I love it when they have that pop and that aha moment. And for me, it was as simple as a client telling me, I walked up the stairs carrying the laundry basket without stopping halfway up.
Wow.
And it's simple things like that, or
Sure.
they walk out of the door more confidently. And it took me a few days into the mentorship program where I was like, you know what? Unlimited profits is the same thing.
It is.
Because sometimes we, in life and in business, we get stuck walking up those stairs halfway. And the community, the program helps us get get to the top of the stairs, or push the car over the hill, as that metaphor is in business. We started our conversation about vision, and one thing that I've kind of held in my heart since going through the program is your vision. You have a vision of sitting in a room in a millionaires or billionaires club.
Yes. Yes.
And I want you to know that not only do those people that I bring into Unlimited Profits, I hold their vision, but I want to share with you that I want to work towards your vision as well, because you inspire me so much that I want to be able to help you do that as well. And I don't think I've ever been involved with a company where each person connected through the tree of people.
Yes.
We're all a tree, we're all growing together, but in that tree, everyone's so connected and wanting to see everyone reach their goals together and grow together.
Yeah, I love Rob's. The company is growing so fast, I don't get a chance sometimes, which is something I'm dealing with, because I want to watch everyone's videos as they're getting successful. And Rob was saying that he thought that Unlimited Profits was the only company, even though he understands that people are all going after their goals, that we were all a family, all helping each other create what we all wanted to do. So it's that culture, or that community family, that really makes you feel, because everybody wants to be a part of something. They don't want to admit that they need anybody, but we all need each other. We really do. I don't know of anything great that's ever been achieved by somebody individually. So when you hear the stories of, a 23-year-old, starting Instagram or Snapchat and becoming a billionaire in a matter of 3 or 4 years, why can't we do that for each other by helping other people worldwide? And I know we can. It's not as big as numbers as people think it is, but if we got a way of being able to help people achieve what they want in life, that's the vision. So thank you for saying that. That meant so much to me.
No, you're welcome. For someone who's watching this video today, what would be their next step? If they're hearing us say Unlimited Profits, they're hearing us speaking about your books, what would be their next step to say, hey, what is this?
I think the very next step is I say a statement that people need to get for real, is people don't care what you know unless they know that you care. So the very first step that I would say that each and every one of you that are watching this video is, someplace around this video, you're going to see a link to Carrie. And if you haven't been able to pick up who she is and what she's about, is allow Carrie to be your tour guide. Allow Carrie to take her personal experiences as she's gone through the mentorship program and share with you what her favorite videos are. Get a chance to know Carrie, ask her questions. Once you get a link, you'll get in and you'll get to see a bunch of the free information that we give you, which we put in there as far as like baby steps. See, we want people not only to be happy and successful and learn how to do this, but we want you to do it on your time. We know a majority of the people that will find this video and see this video that you got a lot going on. We all got a lot going on. So it's important to make sure that as you go through the videos, and again, asking Carrie for the help, getting plugged into the groups so you can see that community that we talk about. And I really believe that, Carrie, that people listening to you, of course, you know, people that you're working with, what a great family, yeah, you know, of other people that you're hooked with, is that, you know, we'll take them and figure out who they are, and get them to take the baby steps so they feel comfortable before they make a big decision. You know what I mean? Of course, I tell everybody that if they could go directly to the mentorship program, you know, it's $99. I tell people all the time, if you don't have an extra $99 to spend on the most important thing on the planet, which is you, we got to help you. Let us help you. And so if you get in there and you start going through the mentorship program, I guarantee you that the first couple of days you go through it, you get to make up your mind whether or not it was worth it. If it's not, I'll refund your money for, I don't even care of the excuse. I don't need the excuse or the reason why you want the money back. We'll just return it immediately. And so get the chance to know us, take the baby steps, and allow people like Carrie to show you that there are people out there that really care and will take care of you. It's some people are out there not doing that, but this is not this family.
Well, thank you. Again, thank you for taking the time to let me interview you today, be able to record this and share it with people, because that's what Unlimited Profits is about, is really sharing with us and empowering people. I have felt the most happiest, the most connected I've ever felt, you know, since college years, and I'm not sure when that was, but I really do. So thank you so much for taking the time today. And I look forward to carrying our vision and other people's visions together to meet our goals.
Me too, Carrie. I appreciate you, and I thank you so much for being a part of this family and taking your time too. You're not only deserving of the time, but you're definitely worth it. So, you know, so thank you so much for doing this interview, and I can't wait for you to watch this video, for those of you out there, and allow us to help you. We're here to help you. So God bless, and talk to you soon.
Thanks, Robert.
Okay, bye-bye.